All of it was in the air. My relationship with Sandy was a strange one. I was young, naive, and impressionable. Maybe teenage hormones are really a natural hallucinogenic, because once my mind was set on the fact that I liked her, every little thing she did reflected that she wanted me too. A gentle flip of her dirty blonde hair, a warm look from her dark brown eyes, even the way she passed gas was a subliminal message. That smell was definitely love in the air. Just joking. She was definitely into me though, and I refused to disappoint her. On a windy September day, I asked Alexandra Stepanov, also known as Sandy, to be my girlfriend during lunch. She said she had to think about it. I quietly got my lunch and twittered nervously among some friends until it was time to go back to class. As we walked back, I watched her from afar for clues. Maybe a twitch across her tanned face or a movement of her pale, full lips as she chatted with her friends would give me a clue. I passed her on the way to my seat. She simply whispered the word yes. Farts never lie. My relationship with Sandy was an interesting one. We hardly knew each other when we started dating, and I'm not sure what our motives were. I think we were both desperate to have experience with the other sex before we went to high school. I mean, everyone had a relationship in middle school. Why not us? Our parents hated the idea of us dating in general and would fervently disapprove, so we didn't tell them. We spent most of our time together in school and spent endless hours sneaking instant messages to each other from home. It was an awesome relationship, the best and only I've ever had. We made each other laugh by poking fun at each other. We had serious conversation about politics, the meaning of life, and our future. And most importantly, we loved each other. I think I even offered to marry her. Mind you, I was 13. August of 2009 is when shit got real. Sandy went away to Puerto Rico for 2 months, and since we weren't in school and she didn't have internet access, we didn't talk in what seemed to be like an eternity. I had changed. I was entering high school and I resolved to become more serious about my academics. I thought that fun-loving me couldn't be the academic superstar I was hoping to become. Sandy was always smarter than me, but she loved to act silly. It kept her from being ultra-serious. I knew that, but I decided to criticize her anyways over nonsense whether cool could be spelled K-E-W-L. Through our arguments, we drifted apart. When we started high school, we never saw each other. Instant messaging was enough to keep our relationship. We broke up. I was bitter afterwards. I missed Sandy. What had happened to our relationship? What had I done? I refused to talk to her. I ignored her in the hallways, looked away in PE, and most definitely did not smell her farts. I was angry, but I wasn't sure who I was angry at. I wasn't angry at Sandy. She had done nothing wrong. I wasn't mad at myself. I thought I played it pretty well. Looking back, I realized it wasn't me or her. It was no one's fault to bear. It was times. Times had changed us, time had pushed us apart, and time had sent us in different directions, and we both thought we'd be together forever. Now I'm convinced that hormones are really a drug, and I was high as a kite when I was with Sandy.